Okay, everybody. Star Wars is back. Say it with me. Say it with me. Star Wars is back. Hey, everybody, this is David, and today I'm going to be talking about Star Wars Episode 7 The Force Awakens. So, yes, just like Harrison Ford in the trailers, we are back, and it really does feel like home once this movie begins. And it was such a great experience. I think my theater, the people that I was with, were really in good spirits about this movie because they clapped at the beginning and they obviously clapped at the end. And yeah, it was such a fun movie. I really enjoyed it all the way through. I really loved all these characters. All these characters, including obviously the old characters with Han and Leia and C-3PO, RTZ, all those characters that are back. Some of them have very minor roles, but obviously these movies are also setting up for what's to come. And this movie is definitely an homage to A New Hope. And maybe even a little bit of The Empire Strikes Back in there as well. And the new characters are also really liked. I really enjoyed them in this film. All the new characters. You know, Oscar Isaacs is I forgot his character's Poe or something. I like his character though. Don't get me wrong. Just because I forgot his name right now doesn't mean I don't care about him. I think he was a really good character. I just want to see more of him because I felt like we didn't get enough of him. And Finn, played by John Boyega, he was really good, and I didn't know how they were going to handle his character, and his character actually came off a lot different than I was expecting. And obviously Daisy Ridley as, you know, Rey, I thought she was a great character. And BB-8, you know, the new droid, the R2-D2 looking droid, which is like a little ball with a head. That little character I really loved right from the beginning. I mean, these are some great new characters that are introduced to us, and we go on this journey with them. And the journey is a lot like, there's a lot of similarities to A New Hope. And not that that's a bad thing, because Creed is another movie that kind of went back to its original processor, the original film, and borrowed a lot from that as well. But it does enough to make it stand on its own and make it feel a little bit like a different movie while doing homages to the original. And that's not a bad thing. I know some people might take that as a bad thing, but I don't. I actually think it enriches the film. Obviously, they can go to other places in the next one, but for a first movie that's launching off a whole new universe, just like what Marvel's doing with their Avengers and all that, this movie does the same thing by setting things up for things to come, and it uses the past to enrich this great universe that, you know, that we all enjoy. Kylo Ren, you know, he's another character that's really great in this movie, and at first I was trying to think, you know, is he going to be a Darth Vader ripoff? But he's not. He is not. He's much more than just a simple Darth Vader ripoff. He has a lot of layers to him, and I think we're going to see a lot more layers from him to come. One thing that I was really concerned about was Carrie Fisher, because, you know, let's face it, out of all the cast members that have returned, Mark Hamill I wasn't too worried about. Harrison Ford, of course, no one was worried about, because, yeah. But Carrie Fisher was one I was like, are they going to make her work, or is she going to feel like really out, like she shouldn't be back here? But I'm going to tell you the truth. I was really impressed by the way she was handled. I think they handled her really well. I really loved Carrie Fisher as General Leia in this one. She felt right at home again. She really felt like Leia again. And her chemistry with Harrison Ford was still there. I really liked their interactions together. I wasn't disappointed. I'll say that. But the movie is very simple and basic on the story that it's trying to tell. And that's, again, not a bad thing. But it would have been nice to get, like, go in a completely different direction, because it does start to become, this is familiar territory. I think I know where this is going. And again, it didn't bother me. I just wish it would have been more unexpected. But again, I think where they can go with this now, I think the next film will be a lot more different in where they're going to go with it, because there's been quite a bit of revelations in this one that are already shaking things up a little bit. And I won't spoil any of that here. I am going to do a spoiler video for one specific topic. And when I put it up, you can check it out if you've already seen the movie or if you don't give a damn about spoilers. But for now, I'm going to leave that at that. So with all that being said, guys, I'm going to give Star Wars The Force Awakens a 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed myself all the way through this film. I thought it was a fun ride all the way through. I wasn't bored once. I felt every scene delivered what they were supposed to deliver. It was a pretty quick-paced film. Nothing felt slow, nothing felt dragged down. I thought every scene was really there serving its purpose, and I really was engaged through these new characters. And I thought at first, like, am I gonna get bored of these new characters in the beginning? Like, was I going to start thinking, when is Harrison Ford gonna show up? When is Carrie Fisher gonna show up? When is Mark Hamill gonna show up? And even though part of me was thinking it, at the same time, I was enjoying these new characters and where they were going with their journey as well. So I am totally recommending this to fans everywhere. I think everybody should go watch this film. Even if you're not a fan, I think take a chance on it, because I think you might be pleasantly surprised. It will be better though if you do watch the original films, because there are a lot of tie-ins or callbacks to those films. So, and it does enrich the experience while watching this movie. So I think that about sums it up for me. I think, yeah, it's definitely in my top 3 movies this year. Definitely in my top 3. I'm not 100% sure where I'm going to place it yet, but you can expect it in my top 3 when I do my top 10 favorite films of 2015, which will come out next year. So in January, early January, expect that list. And with that being said, guys, I think that's about it. I think I'm done. And I think this is my last review of 2015. So until next year, take care.